pointing out that when his grandma died... No, okay.
The queen is back. Bow down.
Hey! It's been a minute, I know, but, to keep it real with you, I had nothing to post. Okay. These are always very interesting. I sometimes, like, they're one of my favorite podcasts. It takes two hot takes. I forgot the name. It is my favorite, though, I promise. They always go on Reddit and they literally read people's dilemmas and they decide if they're a-holes or not. Oh, also, I tried to like recreate Tyla's World Cup makeup look. I don't know if it looks any similar, but the eyeshadow.
Right.
Ooh, okay, I see a good one. Okay, this is a day ago. I snapped at my boyfriend for reading Google AI answers to me. Ooh, that vocal fry. Ooh, sorry guys.
Genes are passed down from parents.
I snapped at my boyfriend for reading Google AI answers to me. Am I the a-hole? I need to get, like, here's my problem. I need to get through the reading, oh my gosh, school. I need to get through the thread without giving my opinion, but I can't hide my facial expressions to, like, save my life, so you're gonna see a lot of opinions. I was driving and we were talking and I asked my boyfriend to look up a number and he gave it. Then I asked him to look up another number and he said, how interesting, this is the same number. Hello? Why did my brain lag? Sorry. Then I asked, are you reading the Google AI answers without looking up the real data? He said, everyone does. Then I snapped and sniped.
Oh, now I'm pissed.
Don't read that to me. This is a thing we've had a discussion about before. I hate Google AI. It's so often wrong. It disseminates both data, and once information goes into the brain, it can't go out. And before you know, it's just another fact in your brain and you're a dumb clown navigating the world with hallucinated fake knowledge. I said to him, I beg you, don't read it. Ignore. Please ignore. I begged. Now I snapped. Don't read it to me. Then he yelled for 10 minutes that it was aggressive, that I can't tell him what to do, that everyone reads it, and that I'm gonna lose all my friends if I behave like this.
You gotta go.
Okay, dramatic.
Today.
First of all, that I single-handedly ruined the night. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen him freak out so much, and he went the look what you are making me into route. I said it twice more. I don't want to hear or read any bull from Google AI. I'm trying to protect my brain. Am I the a-hole? In my opinion, you're definitely not the a-hole. I think you should break up with your boyfriend. And even Google AI aside, the fact that he didn't respect your opinion, you've told him before multiple times, like, that you don't like AI and you don't like him reading you AI answers, and he was just like, whatever, everybody does it. Whatever, everybody does. Like, okay, everybody does it, but your partner, they don't want you to be all up in that Google AI, and if she doesn't want you to read, she's not even saying don't read it ever. She's saying don't read it to me. But you can't even respect their wishes. I would be upset too. Like, why did I have to tell you multiple times? And I guess, like, from the boyfriend's perspective, you know, tone really matters when you're, like, addressing something with someone. Like, you're talking to someone and you're having a calm conversation and you're like, okay, relax. Now we're not relaxed. Now you're gonna catch these hands. But yeah, him yelling for 10 minutes and saying that it was aggressive and like, and it's like, maybe I'm reaching, because, like, I don't overlook little things. People are always like, oh my gosh, take everything with a grain of salt. Like, no. You take everything with a grain of salt, you're gonna get hypernatremia, okay? I wanna see what other people have said. Not the a-hole. If you've told him you don't want to read Google AI garbage to you, then he shouldn't. Everybody does it is a ridiculous excuse. Tell him you selected him for your boyfriend because you thought he was special, but if he's going to do what everybody does, you might as well date everybody.
Don't let your boyfriend stress you this summer.
You could tell that they're very intelligent, so they probably put a lot of importance on intelligence. Not the a-hole. You may have snapped, but he's the one who freaked out and yelled at you for so long because you wanted the real answer to something he didn't want to actually look for. I'm kind of shocked you're getting so much negative feedback when he threw a tantrum over something you'd repeatedly asked him not to do already. And even, like, the yelling, like, why are you yelling?
Why are you yelling at him, though? Yelling?
All right, let's move on to the next. Ooh, this one was posted 4 hours ago. She's fresh. Am I the a-hole for winning a magic game against a cheating kid? I was playing in a I promise I can read. Like, I promise I can read. I'm just so tired, but I promise I can read. Like, I promise. I was playing in a paid Magic the Gathering tournament last night and was doing pretty well, winning my first 2 rounds without losing a single game. When I sit down for round 3, my opponent is a kid no older than 10. At the store I play in, players are always matched by their win record, meaning this kid has also not lost a single match. Okay. To be honest, I was a little worried at first. I've gotten completely demolished by younger players before, and even though this was a more casual event, I knew some of the other players were pretty experienced. Okay, getting intimidated by a 10-year-old. We start the game, and I notice he set his deck down and immediately drew his starting hand. Normally in Magic tournaments, you offer your deck to your opponent before starting, but I figured he was young and wasn't used to playing like that. We start the game, and I get completely destroyed. It seems like he drew all of his major threats and always had the removal he needed. I start shuffling up for game 2, and I see he shuffles his deck under the table while clearly staring at the cards. I've dealt with players stacking their deck before, and to be honest, I've done this once or twice too, but never in a tournament. But I didn't want to call the kid out in front of the whole store. After shuffling his deck, he immediately went to draw his opening hand again, but I asked him if I could shuffle his deck before we started. In Magic, both players are allowed in the rules to shuffle their opponent's deck before the start of the game. He looked a little hesitant, but said yes. I ended up winning. I noticed he was a bit upset about not drawing his perfect cards, but he never made a fuss or caused a scene. He did the same shuffle for game 3, even less subtle this time, and I asked to shuffle his deck again, which he let me do. I went on to win the 3rd game to win the match.
What would you do if, when you're okay, so he said yes would go? I don't know what you mean there, babes.
He was a good sport about it. We both talked about how cool each other's decks were, and he asked to play a few friendly games after, which I agreed to. I brought this up to my friends after the tournament. One of them said I should have been harder on him and brought it up to the store so he can't cheat wins out of people in a paid tournament. But the other said I should have just let him win because I already prevented him from cheating, and letting kids win is a bit of an unwritten rule at our local game store. I will admit I really wanted to win all my games. Okay, bro, like this is a 10-year-old. Oh my gosh. So I was going to try to win against my opponent regardless of who they were. You know what? Respect. Nobody gets off easy. That's how you learn though. My only hangup is that I do feel a bit bad that I made the kid upset by catching him. I personally think you're not the a-hole because like, it's a bad habit, especially because he is young. Morally, that's a very bad habit to have, to like just be so comfortable doing that without guilt. You know what I mean? I think maybe, honestly, you should have told that kid that you knew that they were trying to cheat and that's not something that they should be doing. Like, try to correct them. Not the a-hole. Being a child isn't a free pass to be a dishonest prick. Okay. Oh yeah, and it's paid. I forgot that part. It's a paid tournament, so like, that's just not fair, right?
Yeah, right.
Ooh, this one looks messy. Am I the a-hole for yelling at my coworker? Why am I looking at you guys? Sorry. I hope that wasn't uncomfortable. Am I the a-hole for yelling at my coworker after she insulted my wife? No.
From the mouth of the man that stole my wife! He stole my wife!
No, let's see, because you never know with these. You never know with these. Okay. For the longest time, I have a problem. I'm so sorry. For the longest time, I, male 26, wanted to get married. I was never into hookup culture, casual dating, or anything like that. However, I also struggle socially. I met a girl named Siri, female who's 22. Okay, 26 and 22. Who is from Bangkok. We began speaking online and quickly fell in love with each other. Quickly? Hey. Okay. And after a visit to Thailand, I proposed and she accepted. So the first time he went to... But like the first time you went, you just got off the plane and you were like, marry me, Rebecca. Let me not judge, okay? I'm being a judger. Sorry. Don't be a judger, guys. Once we were married, Siri moved to the US. We live in Wisconsin. To be with me full time, and I helped her get a driver's license and enroll in nursing school nearby. In the meantime, I also gave her an allowance so that she can buy things for herself, though we've agreed this will stop once she gets a job as a nurse. We're extremely happy together and plan to start a family in a few years, and both my family nearby and her family in Bangkok are supportive of our relationship. However, not everyone in our circles see it this way. Ooh.
What you over here being messy for?
For example, I have a coworker named Ellie, 25, who routinely needles me about my marriage, calling me things like passport bro, implying that I fetishize Asian women. Okay, so he's probably a white man. Not saying that he actually is fetishizing like Asian women. I'm just saying like people see Asian women and a white man together, they assume that it's... Y'all never heard like, you know, like you guys should watch Love Through a Prism. That's like, it's like, Ellie, who routinely needles me about my marriage, calling me things like passport bro, implying that I fetishize Asian women, and reducing Siri to a mail order bride. She's even gone as far as to call me a predator, and also says that she hopes Siri leaves me for a real man after she gets her citizenship. Recently, she was laying into me in the break room again, and I snapped, telling her that she had no right to criticize my marriage. Period. People in the office are mostly split over this. Some say that Ellie has gone too far, but others agree with her and say that I shouldn't have yelled. I don't think you're the a-hole because, like, why is she in your business at the end of the day? Like, you're a coworker. You're not a friend. What did you do to her? Did you, like, y'all have beef or something? Like, Ellie, what's up? Ellie, what's good? What did Siri do to you? She just living her life. Quickly fell in love, ooh honey, after a visit I proposed. Okay, I might have overlooked that a little bit. Ooh, okay, I'm not gonna let people change my opinion. I still think Ellie should not be in your business, but the whole I proposed right after you landed, like, bro jumped off the plane, parachuted onto the floor right in front of Siri.
He's so sweet, really.
Okay, a lot of people are like criticizing his relationship more than like what Ellie said. Maybe you guys did move a little fast, but like everyone's relationship is different, right? I don't think it's Ellie's business. And you tried to take it. You let her say whatever, but like it got to a point where you're like, okay, bro, stop disrespecting my wife. Keep my wife's name. It is impossible to judge the merit of her comments, seeing as we only get your side of the story, which is naturally biased. I must say, okay, must you say? I feel like this person is British. Are you British? Wait, I'm gonna read this with a British accent then. I must say there are some red flags. Younger women from a very poor country that quickly fell in love, using the word allowance when it comes to her spending money in the marriage. You give allowance to your kid, not your lawfully wedded wife. No mention of potential language barrier and isolation from everyone she knows and loves. Well, simply speaking, we all know this sort of a relationship and they're rarely healthy and equal, so maybe Ellie is simply pointing out the truth. It's impossible to say based on your description only. But like, 22 and 26 isn't too crazy, but one person's frontal lobe has developed and someone else's has not. So, like, I hate how everybody's making it seem like she's just like some dumb idiot who fell in love. Like, why are we hating on women? She was doing too much. Like, people will snap if you bother them way too much. I don't think you're the a-hole for like trying to tell her to stop disrespecting your wife. But then again, we don't know Siri's side, we don't know Ellie's side. Like, my opinion could change based on whoever gives me like information, right? So I'm gonna say from his perspective, you're not the a-hole for lashing out on Ellie. Maybe you're the a-hole in other regards because there's things we're not seeing. But yeah, other than that, am I the a-hole for being angry that my friend didn't care about a dying squirrel? Let's see. My name is Kate. Hi, Kate! 19 female, about to turn 20. Oh my gosh, twin. I'm about to turn 20 in August. Happy birthday to us. And happy birthday if it's your birthday, or you're watching this and your birthday is soon. Happy birthday to you. Last night, my mom and I rescued an injured, semi-paralyzed squirrel outside our home after she dragged her back legs across the grass to our patio. Oh, it just broke my heart. I grabbed her before she could crawl under it. She bit me a couple times through my gloves, which hurt like a mo. But I'm fine, and I cleaned the wounds thoroughly, and my mom helped me get her into a cat carrier. We've been feeding our squirrels for about 6 years, and they come by every day. My family doesn't have access to a car, and most rescues here are either too full or too far. I messaged my friends asking if any family members could drive us there and referred to it as an emergency since the squirrel needed immediate medical attention. I offered gas money and would have spent $50 each way on Uber if needed. All my friends except one were supportive. This one friend, Marlon, 19 male, about to turn 20, randomly messaged me saying that while it was nice of me to want to save the squirrel, I shouldn't call it an emergency because it's just an animal. And emergencies should be for family members or pets. Marlon, what's your problem, Marlon? This is supposed to be a close friend, although he did ask me around 6 months ago. Oh, he asked you out at around 6 months ago. And I politely turned him down because while he has been a good friend up until this point, he isn't my type and I only saw him as a friend. I explained that I found his comments rude and unempathetic. I've always had a huge heart for animals and would put everything aside to save one. He got offended at me calling him unempathetic and said the squirrel should just be put out of its misery and that I was overreacting by going that far away to help her. I replied by pointing out that when his grandma died, Kate, no. I supported him empathetically and never dismissed his feelings, so I didn't appreciate him dismissing mine during this stressful situation. My point was never that his grandma and the squirrel were equal. He completely twisted what I said and accused me of comparing his dead grandmother to the squirrel. You kinda did, girl. Saying that he was glad he dodged a bullet and never dated me, and blocked me on almost everything. I sent a text to his phone number and apologized only for bringing up his grandma, but explained that I would not apologize for anything else I said, since I did not initiate this argument nor say anything that I don't stand by. So you didn't apologize. To have a mature and reasonable conversation about our feelings, and told him that he could reach out to me anytime if he wanted to. I was upset to hear that he had not only been attacking me, but also talking about me behind my back. In my opinion, he is being completely manipulative, immature, irrational, and entirely unreasonable about this situation. I don't even know why me calling saving an animal's life an emergency would ever bother anyone. A part of me feels like he was just looking for a reason to be petty with me and make me look bad. Maybe I'm missing something. Am I the a-hole? You did bring up his grandma, and that was very unnecessary. It doesn't, completely dismiss your feelings. I think both you guys are kind of a-holes, but you're a little bit more of an a-hole because you brought up his grandma and compared it to a dead squirrel. And I know you said you didn't do that, but you did. I think everyone kind of sucks here, if I'm being completely honest. That's my opinion. And I'm always right, so I'm kidding. I think it's cool that you care so much about these creatures. I think that it's a little naive to expect everyone else to share that level of empathy. Wild animals are Wild animals are a part of the wild. To take this to the extreme, what about those poor scavenger animals that would have eaten that squirrel? You're the a-hole. Bringing up his dead grandma is wild. And then she replied, because him attacking me and disregarding my feelings for saving an animal in an emergency situation when we had no prior beef, mind you, isn't wild, right? Okay. I was gonna say everyone sucks here, but you're kind of more of an a-hole right now because you do not feel sorry. You brought up something so painful to him. That's so messed up. I really wanted to be on your side, Kate, but you're kind of the a-hole. I think he might be a little bit salty that you did reject him. Little bit salty. So maybe that's why he was immediately nobody cares. Because all your other friends cared. So honestly, just drop Marlon. You guys don't seem like you're good friends for each other at all. So. That was a lot. That was definitely fun. So let me know if you guys want me to do this again.